And again, yesterday's was recorded, something too. So I'll try to record anytime you guys ask questions or that we review things, just so if you need to go back and look at them. Okay, so this is a division one. So anytime, regardless if it's adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, if you have anything that's to the second power, then that means we need to factor it down. We need to break it apart so that we know either we're cross-canceling or what they have in common, but they have to be broken down first. Okay, so this top one I'm going to factor down. So I'm doing my two parentheses. Okay, signs are the same. They're both going to be a positive. Okay, then I split up my t, and then because there's not a number out front here, I can read this backwards. Okay, so what are your factors of 3 that add to give you 4? 2, 3, 1. The only factors of 3, right? And it doesn't matter where I put them because the signs are the same, right? So just space out the back again. It's not right next to each other. Okay, then on the bottom. Okay, so now we're doing it again. Okay, now this was the signs are the same. Well, now it ends in a negative, so it means the signs are different. Okay, so one's a plus, one's a minus. Split up my t's, and now I read backwards. What are my factors of 18 that subtract to give me 3? 6 and 3, right? Okay, now I need to know where to put it because the signs are different. Okay, so 6 is my larger number. Okay, so we put it behind the sign of the second term. So the second term is a negative. So 6. Okay, we good there? Okay, now if you notice, if you didn't notice, that's fine, but this one and that one were the same, right? So really it was already done for you as long as you did that one, right? Okay, so keep, not, flip. So now this one, which was this answer right here, gets written at the top. Okay, so we have the different signs. The 6 goes behind that one. So a t plus 3 and a t minus 6. Okay, so that one was that one, which is the top. This one goes down to the bottom. This is a perfect square binomial. Okay, so just like this one, when it ends in a negative, well, that one only has a negative. The signs are going to be different. Okay, so one's a plus, one's a minus. Split up your t's, and then the square root of 1 is 1. Okay, multiplication and division is the only one that you can do the cross canceling. It has to be the exact same thing in each of the parentheses to be able to do that. Okay, not the adding and subtracting, and that's what I noticed all day yesterday on the adding and subtracting one. People were already cross canceling. You only do that when you have multiplication. Okay, it's common. It can go quicker, but that's not the right thing. Okay, so t plus 1. Yep, I got one down the bottom. A t plus 3. Yep. Okay, a t plus 3. Do I have another one? No. A t minus 6. Okay, so all that's left at the top is a t plus 3 over all that's left at the bottom. T minus 1. That's fine. Okay. Now, again, don't get rid of those t's because you can only do that when you have a multiplication problem, right? This is an addition subtraction problem. Okay, at that point. Okay, any questions on that one? Okay, so if you missed any or need to change something, make sure you do that because you get to use these as notes. So then you'll have another example like, what did I do? Okay, to get that. Okay, and again, this is going to be recorded if you need to go back and do that. Okay, so now number 6, different, not multiplication. So we don't do the cross canceling thing. We add and subtract with fractions you have in common denominator. Okay, so before we know what's in common, we have to simplify down those squares. Okay, that one we don't have to, and that top one we don't have to, so it's the denominators. Signs are the same. They're both going to be negative. Split up my x's, and then I read backwards. What are my factors of 6 that add to give me 5? 3 and 2. A bunch of people wanted to do 6 and 1 because they were subtracting to get 5, but that's not. It's reading backwards. It's adding. So 3 and 2. Doesn't matter where I put it, because the signs are the same. Okay, now I need to do this one. Signs are going to be what? Different, right? Because anytime it's a negative, they're different. Okay, split up my x's, and then the square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so we need common denominators. They need to be the same. Okay, so I have an x minus 3, that one doesn't. Okay, so that means I would add it to the denominator here. Whatever I multiply on the bottom, I've also got to multiply on the top. Okay, so now they both have an x minus 3. This one has an x minus 2. This one has an x minus 2. This is missing the Okay, good there. Okay, so now, just like this is, okay, we multiplied here, right? Multiplied here. We simplified this, before you add them together, okay? So same thing here, you've got to simplify this numerator before you combine the two, okay? It's the same order as what you do with regular fractions, okay? All right, distributing. So x times x is x squared. X times 2 would be 2x, and then 4 times x would be 4x. So 4x and a 2x would give me 6x. And then 4 times 2 gives me 8. Okay, now I'm doing the other one. I don't have to switch the signs, because the one that I did with you, we had to switch the signs because there's a negative there. This one we don't have to. Okay, so x times x squared. That would give me a negative 3x and a negative 1x. That would give me a negative 4x. Okay, and then a negative times negative would be a positive 3. Okay, so now I'm combining my like terms. So I have an x squared and an x squared. So I have 2 of them. Okay, 6x minus a 4x would be 2x. And then 8 and 3, 11. Okay, and then all of that is over our 3 parentheses. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter the order of those, as long as you write all 3. So x minus 3, and x plus 2, and then x minus 2. Okay? Good? Okay, so use this if you want to for today. Some of you might already have it in your head what you're supposed to be doing. So tomorrow, there's ISATs and SATs and all kinds of stuff in the morning. It's like all morning long. So I will not see you tomorrow. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what class is telling you where you go. I know the testing ones, so if you're testing, I could tell you. But like freshmen, I think you're going someplace. And then,
I think they have like for them.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what those are. I don't, maybe they're telling you in English, or maybe they're emailing it out. I don't know that. So make sure you're checking today. You won't be coming here, okay? So that means today's assignment will be grading on Thursday, okay? So then on Thursday, we'll go over any of the ones that you might have a question on, and then you'll do a lesson quiz. And on the lesson quiz, that is when you are going to use your notes. You need to, okay, but you will also hand them in. So your notes will be part of your test grade, which should be a gimme. You took notes, like those are gimme points, easy points, right? And that's a test grade. So make sure you don't lose those at any time. Make sure they're easy to read so that whoever is checking yours can find the problem, find the answer type thing, okay? Any questions? Okay, so I scanned in the assignment, which is the rest of the notes. And the reason why it's sporadic like that is because I did like random ones to make sure I did an example of each one of them. Okay, so now you're just going to try in all the ones that I've done examples of. Okay, so it's on the calendar. So 10 through 14, 16 through, so on. So there's like 18 for each track.
So we can just do something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want you to. So that you can look back and hopefully you took good notes, you'll read it. So. Good? Okay, and I'll walk around and help you. So if you need help, but you are free to move and work together. Just make sure you're working.